Hey, everybody. My name's Andy Sexton. I work with Dylan, Anna, Tina, and Anna and Finch to put together the update pre-show for y'all every month for the update show. Many of you probably know this by now, but if you don't, our buddy John Finch passed away on Thursday. And I think all of us agreed that it wouldn't be right to do the update pre-show as normal. Even if it was right, I don't think we could do it. So what we decided to do today is to get together just like a collection of shows and videos that Finch was a part of, and just put together like a really awesome hour block of shows, just in our small way of honoring Finch. In terms of the update pre-show going forward, we're also processing, how we're going to move forward from this. So I think for the next show, we'll obviously keep you posted on what's happening. But for now, we obviously wanted to honor Finch in the best way possible. I think one thing that we did want to bring up is just the outpouring of support from the entire SMITE community and esports community and gaming community at large. Just sharing memories of Finch, casts of Finch, even just like small moments that they've interacted with him. It's really meant the world to all of us here, and just knowing how much of an impact he's had, not just on us, but you of all, has just really been appreciated by all of us. With that, let's go ahead and get into some of the shows that featured Finch. If you're lucky enough to have people in your life that you love and love you, tell them you love them. It takes 2 minutes to make somebody's day like that. So yeah, and we love all of you. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? 'Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby.
And for as good as they have looked, Rival is kind of, they really did Space Jam their powers away from them.
Didn't they?
I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. It's the most logical explanation in my mind.
Rival looking a
You
little
excited
bit
for Space Jam 2, by the way?
You know, I like LeBron a lot, but I think that I don't like Space Jam that much. I loved it as a kid, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know how good that was.
Are you serious
Like,
right
as
now?
an adult, you know what I mean?
Finch, and this is saying a lot. This might be your worst take.
I mean, as an adult,
Good call, production. Yes, excellent work by production to cut Finch off. Are you kidding me, Finch? It's Space Jam, for God's sakes. I watched that movie literally within the last, 6 months, and it was phenomenal.
I haven't seen it since then, so I might be wrong. I'm just saying that I think I'm hedging my bets that maybe it won't be as good as I remember. I agree, I loved it as a kid.
What does it say about you as a person, Finch, that instead of saying, yes, I love Space Jam and I haven't seen it as a kid, but I probably hate it now? Like, how is that your thought process? Just be like, yeah, Space Jam rocks like everyone else on the freaking planet.
It was great. I loved it. I'm not on the I don't hate Space Jam. This is going to come out like the I hate dogs thing. I hate dogs.
After party, Finch, on that Sunday, November 18th. Get your tickets now for HRX afterparty.eventbrite.com.
You never know when your calendar is going to be important, so make sure you put all your events on it. That way, if it comes up 30 years later, you got it. You never know, really. So that's one thing I would suggest for you all at home as well. Just write down exactly what's going on.
Something I get a lot, though, every time we go to Worlds is it's always the same comment. I thought you would be taller in person.
She's not.
I'm not. And don't worry, guys, you can get even more bonus Finch voice at the after party
That's right.
from HRX. I guarantee he'll be there. He might be dabbing around the venue a few times, but he'll definitely make sure to make things fun.
That is loudest, funchiest Finch, by the way, is after party Finch. So you're not gonna want to miss that. That is something that you absolutely want. Yeah, that feels like the bully beating up on the nerdy kid. He didn't realize new kung fu or something, right? Like he just turned around and like throat kicks him into a locker or something.
I got the power of God and anime on my
Oh
side.
no, I wasn't trying to meme, but what? Hey, welcome into game night. My name is Finch, and last week I lost. So that means that Dave, who beat me, gets to pie me in the face. And
That's right.
Our community manager, Cupcake, agreed to make us a pie from scratch. Normally you kind of fake this with whipped cream, but that's a real hefty pie in Dave's hands. So,
Yeah, no, this is
Yeah, that's-
this is we got
well,
it's serious.
all right,
Serious pie here.
it's cold.
It is good. All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, such a shame.
It's so good, too. We should have eaten it. It's really good. Man, I wish we'd eaten it. I'm also breathing in pie through my nose. I am. Yeah. Our episode 2.
Episode
That's
2.
right. This is episode 2 indeed. Welcome into game night, everybody. Still Finch and Dave here. Me much less covered in pie than at that particular moment. And as always, we're going to have guests here with us, but this time we have Clumsy and Tina here with us. You should be very familiar to you all by now. I remember watching you all before I even worked here, so certainly you all should be familiar. How are y'all doing today?
Very well.
Yeah.
It's a little rainy, so we've gotten a little wet, but besides that,
Yeah, nothing wrong getting a little wet.
And he's happy to be on the most victorious game team in history.
That's right. You guys are undefeated. Your
The
team's undefeated.
Right.
My team specifically is undefeated.
Well, today we're going to be playing Guess Who Ye.
Ye.
Yes, Guess Who Ye. Good work there. We didn't even organize that. Which is just like Guess Who, except they're SMITE gods. We don't have every god in here. There's only, I didn't do the
look.
math
About
before I
8.
came in here. 4 by 6, so that's 24. Easy for me to do that. 24 gods are what the pool's from. So it'll be normal Guess Who rules. We're each going to get our own secret god from this list of gods here.
Yorm's on the bottom again.
Yeah, Yorm's on the bottom. And then we're gonna try and we'll go in turn since we're on 2 different teams. One team will guess. We'll let I'll go first, then Dave, then Tina, then Clumsy, and that in that sort of order, going back and forth. We're gonna say a best of 3 to start, but who knows? You all might lose so quickly.
Right.
We'll have to run into a best
That's
of
always
5.
there's always potential.
Yeah, always the risk that could potentially end up happening. So we'll do it that way. Dave, you want to draw your god out?
Well, it comes to you.
Clumsy, you want to draw you all's
I'll
god
move.
or goddess?
Do I need to take things off?
It doesn't have to be.
Wherever you want. No cheating now. Right at me.
Oh, I saw it. I didn't see. I didn't see it.
Okay, I like that
Then
one.
we can. I
Oh
think.
no, is that tough? You can put it in
Do we
there if
want
you
to
want.
try to put it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hold it up? Let
Yeah,
the,
sure.
let the
I'll
audience
let while
see?
you're.
Yeah. All right. Tina, would you like to do the honors for us here and get our god and our goddess out?
Alrighty.
Good effort there. Nice.
Doesn't have to be from the
I
top.
would
You
have
don't
totally
want
messed
to.
that up. And, like, put it like upwards and stuff. It's like, which one?
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's good
yeah.
work.
Oh,
for
that's
us,
so
yeah.
easy.
What?
We got this.
They don't know. They
Unbelievable.
sounded so confident.
No,
didn't
the
they?
paper's transparent. We can see
Oh yeah,
through
we
it.
gotta let them know. You gotta see it. Yeah.
I'm gonna look away from the screen. I know we did it.
Can they see it over here? Here, we'll put it in our. We'll put it in here. We'll line it up.
Okay.
We'll line it up.
Okay.
All right. So I'll start us off. No, wait, Dave, you won.
Well, you
Winner
started.
should start us
You
off,
started
right?
Bach operation.
Right, and it
You said,
didn't
This
work.
is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna start.
It did not work. You start.
So I'll go.
Yeah, I gotta change something. Right.
You have a strategy going in here?
I don't.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, so if you don't have an idea either.
Like, maybe we should have done a trial run, but at the same time.
Right. Well, we're figuring this
we
out
can
as we go.
Yeah, that's it. We gotta start there.
Is it a male character?
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It
so
is indeed a male character. Could they not see it just now? Can they? Do they know who we have? I'm gonna hold it up here just in case again. Can you all see that over here on this side?
I mean, I guess worst case scenario on that answer, but we have knocked
Yeah,
out.
there's kind of like a couple of questions.
It is technically a worst case scenario. Now, if everyone could be silent for a second, I have a question. Is your god a god or a goddess? Man or woman?
Oh, that's a unique question right there.
Man or woman?
It is a god.
God, okay. We'll take that. That's easy, right? We'll just get rid of this one. Get rid of Loki because no one likes him.
Yep, go ahead.
Chang'an, Neith can go. Athena. You know, this seems right to me.
All right, Clumsy, do you have a thought
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
Wait.
it's gonna be an easy.
Oh, I see what you mean.
going into this next round?
We
no.
were for sure.
Oh no.
Dude, when you're on Tina's team, you go there right away.
I think in reality, I think there's no wrong questions provided we flip some down.
Okay. Okay.
So as long as it works, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
All right. This might not be easy for us to figure out, but does your god have a distinct beard?
Oh, that's not bad.
I think I would say no. I think
No?
no is going to be
Okay.
good.
So probably say for us.
Actually,
That's a good
Clumsy,
question.
that is a great question.
That's a good question.
That's I would say that's.
Yep.
Now the question, the hard part
Now-
is like.
Is
now
that a
like
goatee?
this, you know?
Right. I would say
Like,
I
what
think
about
you
this guy
flip that
here,
one.
right?
I think you flip
Okay.
him.
I think we flip this one too.
Yeah. I'd say yes on
Wow.
both. I think that's a good question.
Okay, you know what you want to say? To give you all an idea, we still need to do Oleron, Hebo, Ares, Chalk, Chiron, Mercury, Thor, Ra, Amuse and Cobb. There's so many still left for us
Yeah.
to try and sort through. Jormungandr, Tyr on her.
Okay.
You do have more
a
up
question.
than
I
we
have a
do.
question.
Yeah, I'm letting the audience know. Okay.
Does your god? Okay. Can I whisper? Can I?
Yeah, if
You're
wanna
gonna
step
confer
back
a little
second,
bit.
listen.
I mean,
I think so.
Oh.
Whisper.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah.
yeah, I like your
Okay.
idea too.
Okay.
I think
It's better than their
might as well
idea.
No, it
just guess.
wasn't.
I think you got it.
Does your god
Yep.
have blonde hair?
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes.
Wait,
Oh,
who is
no.
that? Oh, it's just him, isn't it?
No, you can't. You gotta wait till
Wait,
next
wait,
turn.
wait, are you? No, he has blonde hair.
Does he?
Question. What?
How did you do that? Let's go, baby! Yes!
No!
Yes!
There's two people.
All
I
right.
think it's just this person. Right? I think it is.
I think
Because
it,
it's
I
only
think
that
at
one
this
person with
point,
that hair color,
Yeah,
right?
that's so
We
good.
either ask one more question, hope it goes to 50-50, or we just guess.
you're good with balancing in numbers. Is the play to take a 1 in 10?
Right.
Well, I guess
I
it
mean,
depends if your strategy
are
is
you
to
guys
take the
gonna-
50-50
are we-
next
I am
turn.
absolutely doing that.
You're absolutely taking the 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, then that means we. Oh no, that doesn't mean.
Especially if you said you liked it, it has to be this person, right? Like,
Oh my
All
god.
right, he knows who it is. All right,
yeah, I
so
do.
We, all right, so he knows who it is. So we just have to guess.
Okay. Well, if we have to guess,
Well, you did all the work.
I'm gonna knock down these.
Actually, right? Because actually, one of those guys had a distinct beard.
Yeah, they didn't seem like they hesitated.
Wow,
so.
you do seem to be somehow magically getting closer.
When
about
they
that.
answered our question, did it seem like they had to think about it? They said, "I would say
Yeah. So,
that could be a questionable."
that could be questionable. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of hoping, right? But
Yeah, we're throwing a dart at a dartboard here.
Tina, that is crazy. Just now, what you did.
That is gross.
That is
Oh, man.
cheat. That is borderline cheating. I'm not convinced.
How did you? What made you?
Well, the game's not over yet. Hold on.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll hold up.
Okay.
You guys have Fire Giant and 3 Phoenixes are down.
That's
But
pretty.
we have a
that's
base.
bad.
We
yeah.
have a base
I'm
defense,
gonna,
right?
I'm gonna like just all right.
Throw one.
No, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm just gonna be like, Mercury, Ares,
They're not gonna react.
Ra, Kabrakin,
You know what's wild?
Loki,
I think-
Capri,
I think we.
Chalk.
Wait.
Amuse and Cobb, Jormungandr.
All right.
Okay.
Which
I
one
don't
did
know
you get
if
the
I
most
did
react?
that.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
didn't get
it's
anything.
definitely Capri, but I feel like that's a misnomer. That's the.
I guess the wildest thing about this is that it's Jormungandr.
Is that your cup?
Yes.
No. Let's go, baby.
Okay, what are you? Wait, let me wait.
Well, it's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think he has blonde hair?
Well, I think it's that guy.
Okay. Well, you do it.
Or am I throwing you off?
Is it Thor?
Yes!
Let's go, baby! Right here, Tina.
Sorry, sorry.
That's just one quick dub. All right, well, let's reset up
Okay.
the boards. But while we're
really
resetting,
excited. Yeah.
while we're resetting, I have to talk to you all a little bit about what you all do.
Correct.
That is the
So,
show.
If you look at this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna
Make sure
go
you're
with-
into
no,
the mic,
okay.
Tina.
Oh, so I was gonna say like at first I was like white hair because there's only one person with white hair.
But
as
that's
well.
like not the
That's
way
the
you
exact
play.
opposite of the way the strat should be, isn't it? Because you want to knock down as much as possible. But we got lucky and
No, but there's only one. That's what I'm saying. One
Right, that's
person with white hair.
results based.
right. So when they say no, we only would get to knock down Kyron.
Right.
Unless
But
the only way it
you're
works.
saying
If we had
yes.
said no to blonde hair, then you would have
Yeah,
knocked down
exactly.
two.
Doesn't matter
because it worked.
Are we reusing them,
No.
or do we want to?
They're out of the pool, I think.
For
right?
example.
No, they got to go back in. We don't have enough. Yeah, they got to go back in.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Oh,
it's
ours was Aries. Yes.
Oh,
Aries.
damn. Well, I was gonna not guess that. So.
You said Aries second, and I did get
I
nervous.
wanted to see
Did
like
you?
how
I was
many
like,
people.
You internalized it well.
So there's there's only 2 people with blonde. Well, to me, I thought Tyr has blonde hair, honestly.
What?
And Aphrodite, but we already,
That's
got
not
that
true.
out.
Covered that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
we
right.
kind of covered it. Let's get this back row here. Back
All right, well,
up to-
Clumsy, while we're setting up game,
Yeah.
why
What
don't you
up?
tell me a little bit about how you got into what you do and sort of your early history into getting into
Well,
Smite?
When's the roll queue episode?
Oh, do you go over all this in roll queue?
Into quite a little bit about that because I was actually on that one as well.
Well, you can
But-
give us the expedited
the
version.
TLDR
so that's,
is,
sure.
you know, I graduated for computer science. I'm a big gamer, and I was really into that. If I wasn't going to be in the design side, I was going to be a programmer. But I always wanted to actually design some characters. I'm a big fan of MOBAs and RPGs in general, so I think that's just like a dream come true. And now here I am with like 6 gods underneath my belt and a couple more to come.
That's right.
Clumsy, I'm not sucking up, but you have some of the most balanced gods.
Yeah?
I think I really do, man. None of the pawn, free damage.
Oh my god. I love you. They're just teasing.
No, we are just messing with.
Move your question mark up to the 1, I think.
Oh yeah, for how many points that we have.
Oh, we didn't say our punishment yet, did we?
No.
This is a bucket of ice water over the head, I believe.
Yes, that is
the
what we're
loser.
doing. Last time it was pie to the face. This time it is bucket of ice water. Really, I'm doing the world a big favor if I can get you lined up for that. Everyone's gonna thank.
I guess so. I guess
I mean,
so.
you can do like the
Except
pie
for me.
and then wash it down with a bucket of water.
That's not a bad
we
idea.
did just compound
Just keep
over
them
time.
stacking every week.
Or is Michaela gonna keep
Yeah,
making
she's
some
gonna have
pies
to keep
then?
making pies.
No, what's
Woo!
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Is there strategy to be had?
Yeah,
still?
I mean.
Okay. You don't have to tell. You can do it on your turn. You don't have to tell me so much.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and draw
Okay.
our card.
Okay.
50-50 shot, right?
Like when we went male or female. Does that? I
It
mean,
was
is that
alright.
the standard? Do you have to do that?
You don't
Can you
have
all
to do that.
see those? Okay. Yeah, they can. Can you see?
All right,
a
I'm
little bit?
looking away.
It's hard to tell. I'm gonna come even
Yeah, I'm
closer.
gonna look away.
I'm gonna come even closer.
Look away.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
I didn't
so-
see it. Thor.
Oh, that's a good shot. Right?
Tina, talk to us a
All
little bit. Talk to us a little bit, Tina, about what you do as well. Because I feel like people don't know as much. I know you work a lot on voice packs, and that's one of the things that you do. But you're on the same team there with Clumsy, and also tell people a little bit about what you do.
Well, what I currently do is I'm an events designer as well. So all the events that you see in the game, I kind of design them. For example, the Odyssey and the Chinese, the Jade Corruption event.
Right.
Like just stuff like that.
Coming in
is-
here with Mulan.
Yes.
Yeah, play
Uh huh.
Mulan.
Yep. So I
Yeah,
do that. And then on the side, I also write voice packs.
That's right.
Which I really love doing.
And I loved the X-rated voice pack.
Too
the
bad,
R-rated voice
Tina.
pack bit, right? That was pretty good.
That is a
That
classic.
was
We
pretty
love
good.
some Too Bad Tina.
That's got was there some realism in that bit? Like, do you have lines that get thrown out?
I assume
like,
those all actually do.
Some of those lines are legit, and some of those lines are not.
I see. Okay.
It's like because obviously they're too
There's some you wouldn't even
perverted,
yes,
right?
yes,
It's
some
like
of them are
something my
too
dad
much.
would say instead of like like.
Too much.
Is your dad the real pervert in the family?
Yeah, that's how I got it.
Okay.
He's like just super perverted person.
Sure.
That's awesome. Bro.
And it's great.
No, it is.
He always sends
it's
me
where you
like
get your sense
perverted
of humor.
jokes like every month. So I
Every
get to. No,
Once a
I'm
month.
serious. And he was like, "Did you read my perverted jokes?" And I'm like,
Just
"Yeah."
checking back
I
in with you.
So you went first last time.
No.
I went first last time. All right, ask away.
All right. I feel like I've got to take the 50-50.
Who do you have?
We have. Is yours a? Do you know why I didn't say it? It's because ours is like upside down here.
Yeah, the word.
Yeah. So when I looked to read it, it took me too long, and then I remembered not to say it.
Right.
You could do
I've got no
Okay.
coming up.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna. Oh.
Yeah, I lost
My
us.
earpiece dropped out.
I lost us
Is
the game last
yours
time, so-
No.
is your character like humanoid, like a person?
All right, that was gonna be one of my questions.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes is what we would
Yes.
say. Okay, who do we think falls off there?
Yeah, you're gonna have to guess that yourself.
Oh, whoa. What did I flip?
Just like knock all of them down. It's fine.
Wait, what does that?
Yeah. Well, this I think wouldn't count.
That's why I didn't do that question. This is a little bit rough.
Count?
Yeah, if they're like an animal guy,
Yeah.
I'm saying no.
Well, if you
Yeah.
say animal guy, right?
Oh, is
I mean,
that
that's,
distinct?
I don't know.
No, that's two
Well, look, you
questions
asked the
in one,
question.
right?
All I can
No,
say
you're
is
right,
yes or no.
it's not
you
a
have
great
to
question.
determine.
No way, right here,
Because
right?
humanoid means like even though it's and her, it could still he's still human.
That's like anthropomorphic. We haven't learned much at all from that question. I made a mistake.
Well, we're not gonna clarify for you. But
No,
it's
you
okay. I've got
shouldn't.
an equally awkward.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
go
this guy. That is on the fence for me. We've done the best we can.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
no,
maybe-
wait, no way with him.
Just
You,
take
you
some
can
leaps
flip
and
up or
bounds.
down as the game goes on.
Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so,
yeah. I'm not even
Yeah.
worried.
So we've pivoted from 50-50 shots to now awkward.
No, it's just gonna be
Clumsy-
extremely
Clumsy's got one of his own.
Oh yeah. Is your god or goddess wearing something on their head?
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
that's hard to say.
What do we say about that one?
Nah, you can't even see.
I mean, does
No.
that include hair?
no, specifically
Specifically, an accessory on the like.
Yeah.
the-
We should say as little
well,
extra as we can too.
Yeah,
We're not gonna.
I think that. Okay. Because hair
So-
counted.
I think that the answer is yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do
I'm
we
not
question
sure about
this
that
one now? Okay. So he's gone.
Yep.
Wait, we're flipping down the nose, right?
Right.
Yes, flip down the nose.
Wow. See.
Yeah, some of them are hard to tell, so I guess we just have to leave it.
Yeah, I would.
Like,
Uh,
unless you want to go risky.
what do we think about him?
No, that's is that like a tattoo of some sort? It's gone.
So are we basing it
That's
off
actually
what
not
we
bad.
can all see of them, or like what we know of them?
I'm talking
we
about
can see of them.
this
I think
thing,
I think
picture.
this, right? Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. All right. Not bad.
Not bad. Tina, please save us, because my turn was useless. I need help. If you could magically figure out exactly who it is again, I wouldn't object at all.
let's not do that.
Follow up. Are they non-humanoid?
Tina takes her time.
Does your
Why is that the shot?
god? Does your god
Uh-huh.
have any blue in the image at all? Blue, any spectrum of blue.
In the
Teal-
image?
Teal in the image, in the in the picture.
All right. So this one's towing the line. I mean, like,
but like, I mean,
how mean do we want to be?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I feel like
Put
we'd
knock
have to
down
say-
everyone that has a. Only leave them up. They have a little bit of blue.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
hesitation, now, give
Yeah,
Right.
just a little bit of blue is what we want here. What was the answer?
No.
You said no blue.
No blue.
No.
That's
blue.
quality.
Is
Yeah, I
Probably
think
the
that's
best
the right
response.
answer. That's the
and if
that's
they threw
the
themselves off
I
with
mean,
that question, then
that's
that's
the,
not on
the
us.
high quality team answer. All right,
Yeah,
so
we're getting rid of that.
Oh,
They've asked one more question than we have.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're not.
That has blue in it.
Yes.
So we're gonna get a chance to eliminate here. It's 1, 2,
Chalk, I'm thinking. It's got to go.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Is that
7,
blue?
8, 9.
Okay, we'll leave 'em up,
1,
we'll leave 'em
2,
This
3.
is blue in it.
I'm very
so
on the
definitely
fence
have to
with
round
this
some
one.
out
I'll
around
listen
here.
to
9 to 4 on the male to female here.
I have to think about my question I'm going to ask next. Tina, what is your favorite
there any-
game mode in Smite to Q when you go home and play?
Conquest.
Is it really Conquest? Because it's Joust 3v3 for me. That's the correct
That's what I was thinking right now, because I saw.
I really like Conquest.
See what you got.
It makes me rage.
answer. What
1, 2.
what role do you normally play in Conquest?
Guardian.
I play
You play like Hunter a lot
and
on
a
playtests.
Hunter,
Yeah.
and
3
and
warriors.
support. But lately in playtest, they put me in the support role.
2
And then they banned me
hunters.
from Kepri. Yeah.
Use
1, 2,
your
3
mic.
mages.
Oh,
Damn.
and then they banned me from
There's no
Kepri.
distinct.
I don't know why I'm like.
Yeah, you're like wanting to come in.
There's no distinct like half and half.
Sorry.
and a half, right?
I
We can get
forget.
rid of an easy 3, but that may not be enough.
Well, you all are really thinking hard, huh?
Well,
Dave's
we're
trying
down
not
one
to get
tier.
iced. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
what
trying,
it is? Yeah.
right, I'm trying not to get iced.
And I don't want that to befall Dave.
Right. And I,
Again, Clumsy, no risk to you, bud. If you want to be here to laugh at Dave when it happens, I'm
No,
on
I
board.
don't want that.
What?
I'm a team player.
why don't we
I trust.
Well,
him.
we go from downtown. Is it a god or a goddess?
It's a god.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that one didn't quite pan out the way I had hoped.
I see what you went for though. You kind of swung for the fence.
Yeah, right. Well, like do they have blonde hair? Similar vein. Clumsy,
so
while they're thinking.
This is my question. I won't talk out loud. They're
You
talking.
6
I'm just
gods,
gonna
you said.
Around there. I mean, I can go through the lineup, but I
mean, I'll ask
I'm not
you
counted
the
exactly.
hyper-typical question. Do you have a favorite that you've worked with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Because
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm known in the office and just in general to be like the resident mage player. Like I enjoy my mid lane mages. It doesn't necessarily need to be the mid lane, and I finally got the chance to work on what I basically wanted to work on for a long time, and that's Merlin, right? So I got to make like
so fun.
the tricaster, the user of all different types of magic, and when I got the chance, in fact, Pon and I actually did a flip at that point because I wanted to work on Merlin quite a bit, and he was very equally happy to work on King Arthur.
Sure.
And he didn't, have a massive preference towards one. Well, I did. So usually Pon and I will rotate between gods that we work on in our projects.
Right.
But at that point, we did a flip so that I could get on Merlin, he can get on
Gotcha.
King Arthur.
Hey, it works
So,
out for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
On
I'm
Merlin.
very
It's so
excited,
fun.
and I'm very proud of my work on Merlin. And the team
And
did
you
a
must
fantastic
be
job.
Incredible at Merlin, I'm sure. If you're playing ranked.
I'm
would
pretty
think, right?
good at Merlin, but I mean, I know there's some better players out there. I mean, we've got like,
I'm ready
Paul
to
and
rock
Patagat that do some pretty good
y'all's
jobs.
world.
Okay, go ahead.
Does your character deal magical damage?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I've thought about it. Yes.
Wow, do we love to see that? And by love that, I mean we don't. Because we had more magic up than anything, yeah.
You're still down to 4.
We're
Okay.
down to 4 now.
So this needs to be a heavy hit. for this.
Audience, just so you know, we have Ola and Athena, Aphrodite, and Vulcan left up. Hopefully that's over there for them, one of those 4 people.
I mean, you could go like. You're going color
You think you know
scheme,
where you wanna
we're
go?
Pretty much at exactly. Even.
Yeah, we are.
You think that?
But is that enough at this point?
If you have a feeling, I'm trusting.
I don't know how you cut out more than
So I'm gonna ask.
more than half. You can't go by class. You can't go by role. Could do the color scheme question, but it'd be those,
It's
right?
4 versus 5 in that
Yeah.
case. And they're getting close. They could have another two.
No.
No.
The show is
Can we lie about our
dangerously close
side?
to being over.
Okay, one sec. Let's see.
Well, Tina.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you feel like you got an idea?
I don't know if I'm shaking because I'm nervous we're going to lose, or I can already feel the ice.
What do you have? You can tell me, Tina.
I've got a really awkward
Whatever.
one as well, but I don't know if it'll help at all.
One more time.
For what it's worth, I'm not, terrified of losing.
That would get us.
Okay.
So if you have a fun one that you want to
let's
throw
do a
out
fun
there and
one.
it's maybe
Yeah.
going to help us, then go
I
for
don't
it.
know if it will, but we'll find out.
Well, let's hear. What do you have, Clumsy? What do you have
Okay,
for us?
does your god have a quick fire use ultimate or one that takes longer than a second?
I like that one.
I would say that it happens relatively quick.
Relatively quick.
Yeah, definitely not over a second for this to happen.
That's not bad. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, Clumsy did some work there, so
We're
now we're
tied up.
nervous.
Unless I knocked down too many, in which case.
No. I agreed with all the choices you made.
Wait, no, this one.
Oh. Wait, he said it's quick?
Go ahead and say the question again.
No, we said, does it take a long time or is it pretty fast? And you said
like
it's
when
pretty fast.
When I press Alt, my
it
4
pretty
button.
much just happens.
So
Okay.
I'm trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
mine it.
Okay, no, we're,
So,
so that one,
yeah.
that one, yes, that one.
Oh, I don't like that at all. All right, Tina, this is you.
There were too many.
I'm very nervous.
No,
that we
I
have
think
also
you're right.
switched over to them.
I think you're spot on. Suddenly we take.
And we might not have to, because remember,
Wait.
there's like a little bit of, so we might not even have to worry about it.
Do we?
If Tina
I ask this question?
If Tina knocks one down,
As
from,
long as we can air it, then you can ask it.
Like, because you know the question.
Oh, if you're gonna ask that question, go for it. Yeah.
Does your god have dark skin?
That was the
No.
wrong question to ask.
Oh no.
no,
Not from what this
Wait.
image looks like.
according to the image, no.
No, I think it has
Now
to be
you
this.
confused yourself.
I think it has
Okay.
to be this.
Okay.
Because like I think
Now
these
you
are
take the
both
1 and
so-so,
3.
right? Like because of this question we asked
Yeah.
We're
earlier.
gonna try. I mean, we
I
can
think it has
easily
to be
round it down, but we can't.
I'm gonna risk
So
that.
what have our questions
Breaking
been
this
so
free.
far? We asked about headwear.
We asked with god or goddess.
Yeah, you
got
asked
it.
how cold is it gonna be when we film when you get the ice dumped on you.
Well, that's
It's down the line.
yeah, right. Hold on, now. We're tied up. Go all the weeds even. 60 minutes into this game. All it takes is one team.
Actually, I think
We can either do the Hail Mary and go for the 1 in 3 chance. We can break it down anymore, but then we're likely just making it 50-50 anyways.
Right.
So.
And I feel like they're poised to guess next.
Yeah, I
turn.
feel like the right play here is to guess.
Do you have one that's? So if you look at all these ultimates, he says relatively quick firing.
Yeah.
Which
so
one
I've got
strikes you most
probably
as that?
These two are the ones that I've closest in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a guess, and then if I get it wrong, then you guys have the next one, and if that doesn't go right, then we've lost.
Then we're done. At
yeah,
that point,
exactly.
right? Go ahead.
All right. Is it Kabrakan?
No!
Yes! That's so brutal, dude.
Bang! Go! Yeah!
Was it Athena?
No.
Oh, we weren't even close then.
Vulcan.
It was Vulcan! I would have considered him as part of the darker
So we were.
He looks so dark
So,
here, dude.
so when you guys asked if there was blue, literally the sky behind him is blue, and that's where we were towing the line there.
All right, I've been told this next one, if we gotta do our tiebreaker, it's gotta be a speed round. No deliberation, just ask your question, okay?
No deliberation.
That was risky. I wasn't sure that was gonna work.
Here's what you can do, Finch.
All right.
What's up?
Just hold it by.
I don't wanna.
You don't wanna?
Okay.
I was just waiting for everything to.
They told us to be careful.
It's
Yeah,
speedy
well,
though.
You know, we're speed buff.
We're in crunch time
We're in speed
now,
buff
right?
time right
Yeah. So we got speed buff and we're zooming. All right. Tina, who is your favorite god?
Oh my, you can't ask me that. 'Cause that's
Is that
so
too specific?
many.
For me, it's
many.
Ho Yi.
Just name one.
And
Just name a
Chang'e.
random one and say why you like it.
Okay. I really like Fenrir
Finrir.
because it's
'Cause
one
big
of the
dog.
Draw your card.
ones that Pompon actually thinks I can play well.
Oh,
and
that's a good reason.
so
to
he
like.
lets me play him sometimes when the teams are skewed.
Oh, okay.
And
That's.
I like because Pompon usually makes our he sets up our what do you call it
The teams,
our
yeah, for
teams.
play
He sets
tests.
up the teams for play tests and yeah. So,
All right.
Oh, I know.
We're doing speed round from here, okay? Dave, you're starting us off, I think.
Who the f do we get? Oh.
Yeah, this person here.
I feel like we just go. I think we go for the
Generic starter.
magical or physical. Oh, sorry, no, we have to choose one of those, right? Does your god deal magical damage?
No.
You know, this would be so much better with
No
like,
magical
wine.
damage.
Yes, wine would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Is your god a man or is your god a man?
Yes. Okay. Are we good there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's back to you.
Is your god ranged or melee?
Ooh.
Melee.
Damn. I mean, beep.
Is your
That's alright. That's alright.
what were you gonna?
That's okay. That's a few.
Does your god have glowing eyes?
My goodness.
I mean. Okay, to be the most fair, according to
Are you going by the art on the card?
This what we have in front of us.
yes,
We say yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm letting you evaluate this
Then
because I
yes,
can't
There
tell.
are glowing eyes on the card. On to you, Clumsy.
I cannot tell.
What the?
Is your god a warrior?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Oh.
Oh,
Right?
we're in trouble.
Yeah, I think you're there.
I wish I could see more of this. I can't tell. I'd say no, right?
I feel for posterity's
Get rid-
sake.
so
No,
you think these are only
We
glowy
could
eyes?
easily ask for one of the Pantheon next, but
Is there one that?
yeah, I mean,
I don't
it's
have
gonna
time.
break it down. It's the same question. I feel for fun's sake, we have to ask that so we don't just guess.
Yeah.
But
You think of a good one? Is your god magical?
Yes.
all right. Is your god part of the Norse Pantheon?
Nope.
No.
Wait, what?
Is your god part of the Norse Pantheon? Okay.
I would say
Yes.
yes. So do you think we give them the 50-50 next turn, or do we just guess now from this whole group? I think we kind of have to guess now, right?
It's similar either way. If you can narrow down more than half somehow.
It is
Then
not
it's
going
better
to
in
be,
your
we're
favor.
supposed to be moving along quick. We don't have all the time in the world. All right, is your character a guardian?
No.
No.
Okay.
This is for the ice
interesting.
bucket right here.
Yeah.
This is it.
There's
I mean,
two
it's up
gods
to you.
left.
Do we want to do the 50-50 or do we want to round it down and know exactly who it is?
Bro? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
No, you're
Anders.
okay. We had you on here. We knew.
It just doesn't phase
I mean, it's we can easily ask the question to narrow it down.
Yes, right. Well,
You should narrow it down. I guess.
Guessing,
Or should we
guessing
guess?
would narrow it down either
Yeah,
way,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, they are
Right.
the same. Yes.
Do you want to give them?
Except only one gives you a chance to win.
Clumsy, I'm gonna put my temperature in your hands. I'm gonna let you.
That's interesting.
Guess between the final two, because I think
Well-
either way, if you ask a question to narrow it down, it's the
Okay.
same as guessing effectively. So I think, at the risk of Finch pouring ice
Well, I'm gonna
all
get,
over me.
Well, we'll have them. Have their own lifeline. So, do you have chosen the villainous and treacherous Loki? Ooh, interesting.
All right.
One chance.
One chance.
One out of
That's
3.
your lifeline.
I
Unless
have-
we've completely.
I have no
mucked
clue
up.
who it is from this, from what they've said. What if our question's been glowy eyes?
Honestly, it was
Guardians?
okay at the time. You narrowed down quite a few.
I don't know that we did.
I just hope we didn't mess up.
No.
Right.
I
There's
don't
a
know
chance.
who has
There is.
them. I feel like we might have to do that, right? But you don't think so? You do think so? This one?
Let's go for it. It's exciting.
I'm so nervous. Dave, are you Vulcan?
Oh, I'm Vulcan again.
Glowy eyes, baby! Let's go! What? That's so crazy.
Oh wow, I didn't think they'd guess the same one.
I know,
That is
I was
crazy.
I was for sure they would not guess
That
the
is
same one.
crazy. It was because she
I was
said
for
glowy
sure.
eyes. These eyes are so.
balls are gonna shrink!
What? Oh my god! That is an easy W. All right. Well, we
All right.
appreciate everybody for watching Game Night. The way that works next week at the start of episode 3, or not next week, but next episode, that's when we'll display Dave's punishment, which is me pouring a big bucket of ice water on him. I guess I'll need a step stool. Dave's very tall. I appreciate you all both coming out here to talk to us. Is there anything
thanks,
left you
guys.
guys want to let people know to give a try in the game or anything like that, or any shout outs or anything you want to give before we
Well,
see you on the
Mulan will be coming out pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited. Give her a try. Let me
That's
know
right.
how it is.
She's awesome. I'm very excited to
All the
play this.
feedback.
All directed all over there.
positive feedback to Clumsy. All the negative
Oh,
ones
yeah.
to AJ.
Don't harass him, please.
That's right. Only positive feedback over there to Clumsy. Dave, sorry it had to happen this way. I appreciate you giving me one
Vulcan,
W,
man.
bud.
No
One
way.
of 3. I didn't think that way. Wait. So who do you have?
We had Thor.
They had Thor.
Is that who you had left?
Yeah.
So you had to narrow it down
We had to
successfully.
narrow it
Right,
down.
but
I'm sorry.
no. Hey, listen.
Tina won it twice.
I
from
was
me.
gonna guess Loki if it was
Yeah.
in my court. I would
if
have
it was the exact opposite, right? We had the same one. They had something we had, so I didn't.
Right, we had Thor.
There
You
was,
had
there was
Thor.
no way. This is all. This is all. There's an asterisk on it.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you very much. We'll have Game Night Episode 3 coming to you all later on. And again, we appreciate you all for hanging out. We love winning, Dave.
No! Oh no!
Thank you, Finch. And what I want y'all to do is draw your favorite dragon god from SMITE.
Okay.
In
Oh
60
my
seconds.
goodness! I can do it.
Who are we? I feel like I can't handle Tiamat. She's really busy. There's a lot going on
Yeah,
with her. I'm
she
gonna draw
is
someone
so
else.
busy.
Remember, you
All
can
right,
also
are we
draw her
ready?
face.
Oh, just the face?
I mean, you don't have to draw the whole
Whatever
body.
you want. Whatever you want. All right, are we
Okay.
ready?
Okay,
Alright,
let's
go.
start.
Oh God, I have reference pulled up.
I had a plan for this, and it just went awry instantly, as it always does.
Isn't that how it always goes? I at least have like 3 panic attacks while I'm drawing. So if you're not stressing out, what are you even doing?
You're not doing it right. I actually think I'm kind of nailing this, is the thing, though.
Oh my God, I'm so stressed.
Wait, oh my god.
Out comes. It's gonna be obvious what I drew, but not because I drew it well. I kind of cheated.
Oh God.
20 seconds!
It's not much time.
Oh, I've never drawn an arm so fast in my life.
Tina, don't panic. All right, that's our time.
No!
Shit! Oh no, I forgot his little. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
I hate this.
Oh, I forgot his little. Oh God. Okay. Anyway.
I
alright,
hate
guys.
this.
Just, this is the most panic-inducing thing. I don't know why I do this to y'all. Finch, please show me your amazing piece, please.
All right, so I decided I would draw I would draw a Jormungandr. So he's kind of like coming up out of the ground, and see the little people I drew for scale because of that's how big he is. I drew the little guys down there.
Oh
So
my
there's my
god,
Jorm,
thank
just
you.
kind of hanging out. So
I love him.
and that's a dragon,
Is he
right?
spitting out?
I wasn't.
Is he spitting out something?
Yes, for sure. That
Yeah?
is him.
Okay.
Spitting
I
out.
got it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Welcome back for another episode of This Month in SMITE, SMITE fans. I am, of course, Finch, and we've got some great videos lined up for you today. Now, if you want your videos to be in the next episode that comes out, then just use the link in the description on YouTube, and you can submit them that way. We'll get you the next episode and get you the Savage approved icon in game. Now, first up, we're going to be doing the fails of the month, a returning segment I know you're happy to see. In this very first segment, we're going to have Nico watching a Thor, kind of making some unfortunate plays.
What? What the f?
Yeah, truly unlucky for that guy. Also, how did that Nemesis not cancel her back? Yeah, ice in her veins. All right, this next clip is going to feature Venenu and Lasbra. And in this clip, Venenu sends 2 people back to base to defend it, and they don't do their one job. How do you not do your one job? Roll the clip.
Yeah, we need to defend. No, this is bad. Oh, we lost. It's GG. Last game.
Maybe you can end. They didn't have the back there. You actually had it. You got it. We won.
I don't know if we won.
We won. Yes, we did.
Oh! What? Boys! Are you kidding me? Hello? What are you guys doing, man?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to side with Ven on this one, Lasbra. Should have been able to defend the base. That should have been a dub. Oh well. In this next clip, we're going to watch a Cupid do nearly everything right. And I do mean nearly.
I'm coming back. That was a huge bathroom thing.
Is Cerbolt down too?
I think they're going Scorpion.
If they do Scorpion and they back, we just do Pyro.
Oh my god, I can't hit an auto on him. What? Like, I can't hit him!
Incoming pause?
Oh my god.
Incoming pause?
Yeah, here's the pause. Here's the pause.
Oh,
no. Nah, I don't want to hear it. Nah, I want to hear it. Nah, I don't want to hear it.
It's my turn.
Nah, my autos, they just wouldn't hit you, yo. They just wouldn't hit you.
Oh, my man was so close to getting that kill, then missed like 7 or 8 autos. Unlucky. In this next clip, though, we're going to be watching Deathwalker make the kind of mistake that we've all made before, except this time, we're all going to laugh at him.
Dude, he's actually like, he actually doesn't belong in the game. No!
Ooh, oops is right on that one. Not gonna give you a hard time though, Deathwalker. I know 9 times out of 10 you hit that, so don't even worry about it. In this next clip, Haddox ends up giving Dragon Story a hard time by not even letting my man get back to lane.
He's gonna blink past me to get through his whip.
I'm full passive now, by the way, so we just win this. I have a knock up soon.
Bait him.
Yeah. You can knock him up. So none.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, left and forward.
Oh no.
I'm out.
Oh
Oh,
no.
I'm in.
Really just got done to him.
Down.
Okay, looks like Haddox is perfectly ready to join the SPL already. My man is looking good. Now, normally I would say that getting married means that you're kind of coasting, right? You've solved most of life's problems, except in this next clip you see that there are still a couple of small drawbacks.
Huh? Baby, you distract me. I just got cracking because I'm looking for the glass.
You asked me to do something.
Oh my
But
God.
you have the glass.
Yeah, baby.
Okay?
You,
I can't,
because of you, I got
cannot
cracking.
move things
Because
with
of
my
you.
mind.
See, this is why I say don't fall in love. That way, you can't get hurt. Now, Johnny is set to go on a killing spree when he joins the SPL this year, except this Finrer is not going to be a part of it.
ICB. I can't.
Just unlucky for Johnny on that one. But don't worry, he's still going to look great in the SPL. It's a Finch promise. Now, next up, can I call something a fail if it's for charity? Yes, it's just that I'm going to feel really bad about it.
All right, so I'll have to RP everything. So like when I run, I'll have to RP run, okay? And then when I throw, say like I play Osiris, I throw the sickle. I'll have to like throw it in real life, you know? Chang'e. Oh my god, that's a good shout. Chang'e. I'll play Chang'e.
A few moments later.
Great work out there, Deathwalker. Thank you for being a good sport about it. All in good fun. Now, next up, Professor Loki is going to go for a really cool Loki play in lane and just not quite get it.
Ultimate is ready.
20 and a half abilities later.
There's no way I missed my ult!
Oh my god, all that work just for the Loki to die to the new Wa? Did she not see that there was a gentleman's bout going on? I hate new Wa abusers. Speaking of abuse, Jake and Lass go through a whole lot of trouble just to not get the kill on this guy.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, kind of felt like Jake's heart wasn't in that one, or maybe Raw just isn't a very good support. Who knows? Now, in this next one, if you're not currently an inbound stan, then you certainly will become one after watching this emotional roller coaster.
That is tough. Ragnaverden, thank you for the follow. The best Geb player in this game, 100%. I don't say that to everyone. I am pretty nutty with Geb, aren't I? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. I had to drop it. Oh my.
Oof, guys, I promise you inbound really is a good Geb. You just did not get to see it in that particular clip. Now, in this next one, we actually see Meerkat, who's back in the solo lane in the SEC, go up against Nika. Just unfortunately, it does not go Meerkat's way.
Oh, it begins.
Can't believe there were this many fails this month. Did you guys at home forget that we were in the middle of a segment? This wasn't just the show now. Yeah, don't worry, we're back on track here. Our last and final fail is going to be Zapman predicting his own death and then doing like nothing to stop it at all.
Are they gonna push now? I could die here. Whatever, what does it does, boys.
All right, next up is going to be the close call segment. It's a lot like the fail segment, except this time they succeed. So I guess it's really not at all like the fail segment. Anyway, we're going to be starting this one off with Venenu getting just about max value out of Soul.
Yes. Oh!
I'm fine.
Oh!
I'm dead.
I'm alive.
Oh!
Nice. What?
Wow, it feels so good to be back seeing things go well. Let's just chase that feeling with Fine OK not only getting a kill, but even giving a little bit of advice afterwards.
No shot. He's still alive. Whatever, I'm gonna be right back. Don't try it. I do respect the attempt. If he blinked and autoed to the side, so he jukes my 3 or like 3s to the side, that would have been alpha. That would have been sick play. But alas, he didn't.
Well, glad that Fine OK appreciated the attempt at the very least. And I'm starting to wonder if that could have just been a fail, but from the other person's perspective. No, I can't think too much about this. My segments don't mean nothing. No, the walls aren't coming down. Quick, go to the R-Core clip instead.
Para la ulti de Nispa. No!
Killing all you want. Do not step on my flower beds.
Attack the Gold Fury. Let's go.
Despite that very muted let's go from your core, my man is looking comfortable in the ADC role. That's huge for this upcoming season. Now in this next clip, we get to see In My Zen and Barbouche have an excellent tower dive fight.
Oh, that's my boy Zen.
Wow, I really feel like both players kind of did everything they could, played it perfectly. Unfortunately, it didn't go Zen's way. Oh, does it sound like I'm still talking about SMITE? Well, here's something that is decidedly SMITE. Nika gets tower dived and immediately turns it around.
Down horrendous, bro. You really look. Oh!
On my way.
Oh.
Keep up with this pace.
If I didn't troll my one, I would have had the kill credit for that.
Yeah, Nika doesn't get the kill, but he does live. I don't know, that's a win in my book at the very least. So next up, we're gonna end up talking about the Nenu. It's the last time, I promise you all, but this is him surviving certain death in the middle lane.
Fine.
Oh, he didn't walk into the center of it. Don't think I win this. Oh, Akuza's here. I'm dead. I'm very dead. Goodbye. Unlucky.
Okay, I know Vin dies in the end, but he did so much work. I just thought, nah, we'll put it in this section, give my man a little bit of credit. Next up is gonna be a great example of why keeping your eye on the prize is important, or 3D chest, as my man C-Force calls it.
See, Athena, you're worried about me, but I'm playing 3D chess over here. You're playing. Oh my God! No, they're just. They're all popping ults and. Oh my God, Ruffle. Oh my God.
All right, next up is gonna be a soul clip, and since Vin just popped off on it and Bear is about to, maybe we just ban this pick from the bolts. Either way, watch Barracuda walk the tightrope with a little bit of help from a friend.
I'm chilling? Oh no.
That's Nymph Blink.
Holy. It's Loki, bro. Literally insane, man.
Wow. How do you win that? That's crazy.
Oh, Loki. Literally just pogged off and...
See, Loki can be the good guy. You just saw it as he saved Barracuda. But now I'm starting to think, if you're the other team, then he's still the bad guy, right? Okay, maybe I'm learning way too much about perspective during this episode. Instead, let's move on to the pop-off alert segment. This is one where it is not a close call, and they absolutely succeed. And what better way to start it off than with Zapman getting a much-deserved easy kill.
Where the f are you going, Goobus?
See, sometimes, especially at Worlds, Zapman is pretty nuts. And speaking of nuts, here's a clip of Lasbra giving the absolute hands to Snoopy.
Yo, what up, Ram Karam? What's good?
This guy knows, like, he just like works behind him. So you know. Do you?
Yeah, he gets done on Heim and also his ultimate.
Does he not have jump?
Eesh, unlucky. My man didn't even get to use the Bifrost that time. And speaking of Frost, the other Frost had an excellent hurt play in middle lane, so you know we gotta celebrate that.
I'm a god, and that body block, brother. Please, please don't let that go. Thank you.
Not bad for Frost, my man's making the plays. Now next up is gonna be Sam. I know he doesn't sound excited, but this is about the best that we're gonna get from him.
I'm gonna walk into the red anyway.
Okay. Like,
Oh, rattle.
we're just like, yeah, let's fight, man.
I mean, good. Arsuki's going in.
Is he fucking Jesus, how is this fucking How is this
Holy
good?
f***, dude.
You should own them all.
Yes. Chase him, dude. He's on our backs. Holy f***. I got a 3-man stun and a 3-man double tap.
Thanks for watching another episode of This Month in Smite, Smite fans. As always, if you want your clips featured in the next episode of This Month in Smite, you can always use the link that's in the YouTube description to get them submitted, earn your Savage approved avatar, and then maybe have me make a little bit of fun of you. As always, I'm gonna leave you with a clip, and this one is some of our SCC All-Stars really having fun out there.
I think we have two others in chat. Yo!
A little bit of the bubbly. Want some bubbly?
Please cast the next 2 minutes of Smite as fast as possible, going into excessive detail about every detail. Okay, Somtech's now going to be taking down that speed buff. Does have the AoE auto, which allows him to take down the sides at the same time as the big buff. He's going to pick up the speed and just going to make him move a little bit faster through the jungle, stacking as he takes down these camp again. AoE autos helping him out here as he heals up, as he gets the last hits on those camp. Now Kalas and Wolfie in the mid lane going to be taking down those minions. The archers will go down. The bomb used by Agni doesn't actually require any mana from the fireman. He does have 2 heads, which means he has double the brain power in this mid lane. Flame wave going to be used, which does actually take mana. There's the 2-1 connect and Datalize. There's a silence and a root. There's the root. Oh my goodness, a portal. The portal obviously recently changed from Yanis to make it so that you can hit people landing down from the portal more easily. You're less likely to miss your...
You got one to set up for us as well. Why don't you go ahead and give us your best try?
Okay. Now it's my turn to set up a bit. Like I'm Finch. Like, you know, cheater. This time Batman makes an honest mistake and forgets
that's
the giant Cthulhu is on. Whirl.
He came from behind.
I guess there's a spoiler.
Bro, I thought that was my Cthulhu. I swear to God.
Spoiler.
I was like, what the hell? I was like,
listen, Zapman has a hard time remembering who's on his team. You have a hard time saying spoiler. Look, it's not as easy maybe as it looks. Listen.
Hey Finch, I want to buy some gems. Can you help me with that?
You know what? I'd be more than happy to help you get some gems. We can work through some of our promos on that for you as well. Aggro, you don't need gems. Don't you get paid for gems?
Don't tell me what I need and what I don't.
Whoa,
Are you kidding
stepping to me here right now?
Well, you clearly stepped to me saying you don't need that.
I'm just telling you that you get paid the same amount of gems as I do, and it's a lot of gems if I do say
That's
so.
what you think.
Uh-oh.
You think you make the same amount of gems as me.
Wait. At the same time, well, here, I'll say how many gems I make first, and then you tell me how many.
Sure thing.
Okay, I get 2,000 gems.
Same.
Oh, no! As that first matchup we're going to be looking at going to be the Playing Ducks up against Freaks T1. I don't know. Look at that logo. I don't think they're here to play. That looks like a serious duck to me. I don't know. He's like to the side, profiled, like glasses going. I'm liking it.
I too like their duck logo, Finch.
You don't like it?
No, I literally just told you that I liked it.
You can't pretend that the face you gave me off camera wasn't like a disinterested.
Not me.
Not gonna have it.
Wow. Mask gonna get his nemesis. Yeah, really. Like, what year is it?
Do you actually not know?
Yeah, 2002.
Well, it might as well be, considering the matchups that we have going on between Snoopy, Met Yankee. Never thought that we'd see Ari win against Paul, though.
Sure, so no harm, no foul, right? It's no big deal. Well, they actually are foul because they're the Ducks, and Ducks are fouls.
Birds of a feather, I imagine everyone on Playing Ducks as they all flock together towards a pretty nice composition. Now, of the fall splits, you're not going to want to miss a moment. Be right back here for the SPL. And again, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good rest of your day.
Welcome in to an update show that's slightly different than usual. First of all, like there's a lot to say, and obviously a lot of people are still hurting at the moment. We all are, for the most part. I just want to give thanks to all of you guys at home, reaching out to everybody. We really appreciate it, and it kind of shows just how much of a human being John was to all of us. He made a big impact on all our lives, and we're really thankful to have known him. And just for you guys to know, like, I know a lot of you are reaching out asking, what are we going to do? What are you going to do to honor him? Jesus, what can't we do, if I'm honest? We're going to be taking some time to really honor John in the right ways that we see fit over time and for the best for everyone, too. So bear with us as we work through exactly what we want to do. We want to make sure we do it right as well. A couple of other things to update you on. Obviously, SPL will not be going ahead this weekend coming. However, we will be returning the weekend after. And with a fancier little a bit of spice for you too. So keep an eye out for that as well. Other news to really let you know. I'm sorry, I did not plan this intentionally because I'm just going to go with the flow. Other news to really tell you about as well is today is a bit of a different update show for the most part. Nobody felt right about trying to do a proper update show with the knowledge that we've lost John, and it makes perfect sense to all of us here that we're going to do a slightly different thing here today. However, John would be very upset, and I can tell you this from that we cancelled Pro League. John will be upset, and the fact that we cancelled or changed the update show, John would be upset that we did this because of him. So sort of in honor of him, we're going to continue going forward with a little bit of the update show today, and more importantly, the goddess reveal that you've all been looking forward to too. The rest of the patch will be going out on Friday. We'll be streaming that live to you once again, available on YouTube, and you can find it on all the usual places before the PTS goes up this weekend. So we'll be able to see all those skins and all the extra balance updates. However, if you are interested in balance, it is available online now, so you can head over and get that at smitegame.com. However, today we'll be going through Morgan Le Fay. And without further ado, let's get on with checking her out.
Trying to injure more than my pride, Merlin.
Apologies.
Hello, old friends. We have so much to discuss. Foolish Arthur Pendragon. Do you still trust your demonic advisor? His wicked magic led to Camelot's fall. Camelot, Olympus, both will bend to my will.
Oh, baby. And there you have it. Morgan Le Fay is coming to Smite. And I have not been on this show for a very long time, but you two gentlemen have, that's for sure. I'm joined by, of course, Clumsy and AJ, otherwise known as AJ and Clumsy. Ignore the lower thirds. It's a bit of a meme, I guess. At this point,
right.
How are you two doing today, by the way?
Doing all right. Best we can,
Yeah.
you know.
Best we can.
Maybe not the best question. I'm doing a great job on this today. I guarantee it's more of a classic throwback for the most part. But anyway, Morgan Le Fay's come to the game now. I've been excited for it because obviously, you know, the Arthurian sort of pantheon. It's been kind of interesting when we did King Arthur and Merlin too. So tell us a little bit about, first of all, I would say about like what is the, you know, the lore that we're kind of aiming for, I guess, or the backstory that Morgan Le Fay is going to have coming to Smite.
Yeah, Morgan Le Fay, a highly anticipated goddess, the Arthurian pantheon, a very successful pantheon now, one that, you know, a lot of players were a little on the fence with us adding to the game, and since we've added it, we've had non-stop requests to do more. Morgan was a standout amongst the suggestions, so we've been planning on her for quite a while. Morgan Le Fay is a magical character and generally a villainous one, although there are a lot of different portrayals of her across her mythology. Interestingly enough, she has some origins in early Welsh mythology, where she was more of a queen of Avalon, more of a healer, potentially part of the Fae or fairies, as they're often described as. But as the Arthurian legend developed and progressed a little further into the future, and we were still talking like the 1600s or something here right now, but you know, future relatively, she started to become more of a darker and more political character and have some more themes of intrigue and betrayal and misleading people, both through her magic and just through her her skills of conversation. And that's been the really common depiction you see of her in modern fantasy. That's what we think the players would recognize Morgan Le Fay as. So we focused on that for the kit, although of course with a few high-res artistic twists thrown into the mix, and you can read more about that in the closer look blog post.
Definitely check that blog post out.
We're seeing a bit more of a dark magic feel to her and a little bit more, but still the royalty and power that she kind of, you know, showed. Is that kind of what we're aiming for here?
Exactly.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's have a look at the card art first of all and see exactly how that's going to be looking in game, because honestly, sometimes the card art like scares me how good it's got over the years too. There she is too. I love the outfit we've got her in there too, and it's definitely, you know, you can definitely get the sense of that dark magic about her with the patterns in the backdrop too, I would say.
Yeah, the different sigils, and those are going to lean into the kit a little bit. When developing Morgan, we really wanted to lean on the fact that, you know, we've got Merlin, this master wizard of the different types of magics, and more so on the elemental side, and we wanted Morgan to have a different contrast, so she kind of went into this more hexing sigil-based magics, and you'll see that in her kit.
Awesome. And that's with that then. What exactly are you expecting then to see her played? I mean, there's a bit of a talk. She is a mage, is that what I believe? Is that correct?
Yeah, she's a mage, and you know, there's some talks about people looking for a magical assassin and seeing her dress and her armored approach, but really we wanted her to show her imposing presence on the battlefield. We gave her that crown, we gave her the kind of chainmail skirt, but she's going to be a traditional artillery kind of mage, and we'll see that in her kit too.
I'm excited. I really don't know much about her, Clumsy, so you're going to really have to walk me through this. So it's going to be an OG one where I'm like, wait, can you do this with her? And you're going to be like, yeah, probably.
It'll be exciting.
Well, I guess we should be ready to go into game then and start getting our first little look at exactly how she's going to be in the world of Smite. And there she is with the turnaround as well. Just having a look close up. Oh, that sword just glowing away. Is that all magical too?
That sword is going to be behind her, floating. As you can see, she's not holding it right there, but she will be utilizing it in hands for her basic attacks.
And I believe there is a voice line with her as well that we can hear a little bit of what she's going to sound like.
I was driven away from Camelot and banished, but my return is imminent. All will learn to respect and revere Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah, I think you did pretty well with that, honestly, boys. Honestly,
so well executed that voice actress.
It sounds really good. Yeah,
so
fantastic voice work. Yeah, it really does sound like Morgan Le Fay would be, and what a lot of people would have expected it to be too. Okay, well with that then, shall we go in game? Do you want it?
Yeah, as we get into this kit, you know, we're gonna kick off by showing you a variety of things, but really you can see here in her stance, in her facial expression, the animation team has gone above and beyond on this one. I think I even mentioned this in the blog post. I mentioned she had a unique anim set, which that probably glossed over a lot of people's minds. That's just like, okay, so the goddess does, like, you know, looks cool or does something, right? They don't really know what that means. But really what we have is a really unique treatment around this sword that is floating magically behind her, but then also like warps to her hands at the you know, at the snap of her fingers to be utilized for a variety of different spells and abilities, and to just as quickly be released into the air and like retain its back to its spot in its kind of invisible sheath. And along with that, you have a lot of the attitude, as you can see as we were rotating around her. She just had a bit of a, you know, a bit of a scowl, but she's still beautiful and regal. She doesn't look angry or violent, but you can tell, like, I don't know, you're intimidated, you know, you can feel it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, anyone with a floating sword you're going to be intimidated by, but Ponpon's joining us now. Good to see you again, Pon. I hope you've got better at doing this job. We'll find out. How about we start off with, I think the fans really do like it, right? The just show the kit, right?
Do the things.
Do it all.
All right, Pon, let's go. Come on, get it right.
A spell most sinister. Embrace the burning shroud. Taste the wicked blade. Face the wrath of a sorcerer's scorn.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Odin's scared. He's gonna run away.
There we go.
She's got dragons.
Pon is such a good driver. He knows how to.
He knew exactly what to do there.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Thank you very much, Pon.
I still don't understand what happened there, but all I saw was dragons, beams of doom, and then more beams of doom too. It looks fantastic.
That's about right.
So where do we start? Because I believe the passive is a bit tricky, and it might make more sense explaining the abilities first. How do you feel, Clumsy?
We'll go into the passive a little bit later. We can start with the AO1, except when I say that, we can do also the preemptive. Is she is using that sword for her basic attacks. A lot of people were talking about that. She magics them into her hand, like AJ was saying, and she still fires range basic attack autos. So that is an important tell.
Gotcha. Because it's always been interesting, because mainly mages have been like ranged to an extent, and that's always an interesting tell on that one. So I guess we start off with the first ability then. Sigil Mastery, I believe it's what it's called. Why don't we walk you through exactly what this
Sigil
does?
Mastery. Well, I promised you on Tiamat we're not going to have 20 abilities. We've still got one that turns into 3, although they kind of still do the same thing, so bear with me. Once you press it, you can see this double circle targeter, and you can press 1, 2, or 3, or the respective keybinds on your controllers, and they switch to different variants. They all kind of do the same beginning, though. So we see a crashing sword in the inner circle, and then a sigil marked on the ground for the second outer circle, although it's technically the full circle. Depending on which of the 3 you use, you're going to be marking enemies with the mark of mind, the mark of body, or the mark of soul. So the first one, being that more reddish orange tinge, will be fearing enemies from the center of the sigil. So you saw that in the preview, and you can see that here. They all share a cooldown, by the way, so you're still utilizing 4 abilities at a time. The second one would be the mark of body, and that's going to be creating a slowing field that lasts for about 4 seconds. So in this area, it's all the same damage. This is going to be creating a different kind of thing that you do to the enemies. And then for the third ability, well, a little bit different than the others, you actually spawn a decoy of Morgan Le Fay that attacks all the enemy gods hit in that area for a small period of time.
Okay. And it's mainly the center, right, where that mark spawns. It's just damage on the outside. Is that what we're discussing?
It's the center that deals damage first, and then the entire circle that does the rest.
So you get a bit more time to get away potentially if you're lucky enough. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I know you mentioned those marks, and I think that's tied into the passive is why we've not really gone over the passive just yet.
Yep, that's right.
I guess we can move on to ability number 2 then, unless there's anything else you want to say about that first.
No, just a quick note. Her things are still, in a temporary state as we get to in PTS, so our passive meter isn't quite here yet. I'm sorry, Sinister Phoenix, but we're working on it. And some things are a little bit off right now, but you can see her sword glowing with those sigils. That'll be indicated in her passive. And there's some things that you can see there, and I'll allude to that a bit more when we get to the passive. But like you said, for the second ability, we've got Dragonflight.
And I guess this is the one involving that dragon that I saw keep appearing, right?
Yeah, that's right. So if you look, we've got like an inverted T shape here, where Morgan Le Fay summons a dragon apparition, and it bursts from the ground in front of her, dealing damage and knocking up enemies. And then that second rectangular section in the center, well, the dragon flies forward, knocking back enemies. And if you hit them in that center spot, kind of highlighted in the targeter, well, you can knock them up and knock them back.
Gotcha. So hitting that dead center is going to be like really useful, right? To get the buff, the knockback to. Oh, okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect.
So right there, knock them up, knock them back. You get 2 hits. The flying dragon component is the larger of the hits, and just like her other abilities, this one applies a mark as well, the mark of spirit to enemies hit.
Okay, so far the first ability's got a slow or a fear option. This one's got a knockback option. And oh my god, Pon, I wasn't going to ask this because I know we've been having a couple of tech issues today.
He is a pro.
The slow-mo dragon, that's what
Look
we
at
need
that,
to
with
see.
the spear around as well. The animation team, the modeling team, the effects teams, and even the sound effects teams, they've all done a fantastic job with the entirety of Morgan's kit, but a lot of it comes down to the Dragonflight too.
Oh, it looks really good. Funny thing is, I'm already thinking about skin possibilities and artwork that people are going to suggest potentially, involved in that dragon.
What type of cute critter will we have to turn that dragon into? I find out next show.
That's exactly which one was requested the most, right? Like
this ability is primarily her self-peel, which I think is really awesome the way that Clumsy designed this ability. A lot of these more immobile mages, they have more of a traditional stun or something, or a way to heal or shield themselves. Morgan doesn't have so much that, but this ability is a really interesting skill shot that can knock an enemy up and away, CC them for a good bit, as well as create some space, and combos beautifully into her 1 or her 3.
Yeah, we definitely recommend using this as your self-peel. If you try and just throw it out as a skill shot, it does take a little bit of time, and the enemy can see it coming, so it's pretty easy to juke at far ranges.
I used this slightly greedily in a playtest the other day to clear the wave, assuming I'd be able to get out of the lane after I did it, and I was immediately ganked afterwards, and I was like, nope, I'm never doing that again. I mean, I gotta learn my patterns, and you want to save this one. This is the one you want to use in case of emergency.
And for junglers out there, although we can talk about this at the end, if you're diving on top of her, that's the one that you beat, and then you're going to be in a good spot to go gank her afterwards.
Or you can also position around it. Our junglers learned to play against it. We definitely had people, feather stepping over it, and Lermy was dancing circles around me. So you can definitely play around it. But it's a really cool interaction between that self peel situation that mages often find themselves in.
So I know we've been discussing a lot of the fact she's got self-peel, and the way you guys have been alluding to, clearly from what we saw of the kit overall, she doesn't have much of an escape or a movement ability in her kit to an extent, but she does it on the third ability, right? On
She has
Shroud of Wildfire.
Little bit
exactly.
here.
She has the tiniest bit here. So Shroud of Wildfire is probably the most simple in terms of its presentation. It's a line with a circle AoE that you've seen multiple times, hitting and stopping on enemy gods with passing through minions and stopping on walls. It passes through minions, deals damage, but on gods and in that circle specifically, you can see you apply that debuff effect. And that's part 1, it's a dot that lasts 4 seconds, but it also applies a debuff on enemies. And if they use a movement ability in that time, they actually take an extra burst of damage. So you deal a burst of damage, you have the tick, and then an extra burst of damage if they use a movement ability.
It would count as any ability that would be blocked by a cripple. So
That's right.
dashes or leaps would not necessarily trigger off of movement speed increases, but dashes or leaps are going to take extra damage here. And as you might be noticing, this was featured in the cinematic trailer. The trailer team did a fantastic job of making Morgan's abilities really accurate to the in-game depiction. So Arthur was struck by her ability 1, the fear version. So that's why Arthur was seeing his home burning in his mind. That was fearing him. And now we're seeing here the triple fireball that she hurls back at Merlin on her ability 3.
Yeah, we didn't. I saw a lot of speculation. There was no dragonfly in the cinematic, but you did get a great glimpse of all of her abilities, including her ultimate.
Well, we'll get to the ultimate in a second. I just want to ask about that third ability real quick, just a bit more, right? This is it's a dot that's going to apply, but also she gets a bit of a movement speed boost as well. Is that
absolutely.
correct?
You caught the last thing is that just for using the ability, not even for hitting, you do get a movement speed buff as well.
So you can just, as you're trying to flee for your life, Pon was chasing me down in a playtest the other day. I tried to turn and throw this at him. I really didn't need to, though. I could just keep running straight forward, just fire the ability just to get a little bit of movement speed. Might have been enough to get me away. I don't know. Pon probably would have got me anyway, but that is a thing you could do. And you can also, this is the ability you can kind of just fire as you're leaving base.
I see, just to get that extra movement speed out of base and start running down the lane a bit quicker.
Yeah, which always feels good. I love when gods have ability you can just kind of fire out of base safely and just for a little advantage.
So there is one extra thing I saw with that too, right? Which is something to do with like if you keep basic attacking.
If you do that, yep, that's right. That's the
I'm
smallest
sorry,
last nuance. No, absolutely. It's good to not miss anything. If you apply that debuff onto enemies, and if you basic attack them while the debuff is on them, you can actually prolong it for a longer duration, stopping the enemies from wanting to leap, and also dealing more damage with that dot effect.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, then that's really good for like if you're trying to peel for your team a little bit too of an engagement coming in. Like if you've got
that is super cool and super unique.
Yeah. It's a really cool idea, actually. I love the idea of it. So extend it a little bit longer and also keep the dot applied so it makes him not want to use any sort of their mobility skills. Okay.
Exactly. So between the three, the de-incentivize of, enemy movements, the Dragonflight knockback, and even the fear and slow deployables, she has enough answers for when people get nearby or to be helpful in team fights that we're pretty excited to see what people do.
And I think one thing we've been discussing so far is, like, we've not mentioned the passive yet, but you can start to see these marks. They're a bit more obvious now that every ability seems to apply some sort of different mark availability. Is it best to discuss that now, or is it? Should we show the ult?
We can absolutely. We can talk about that now because it also leads into the ulti. And I don't know if I mentioned, but the third ability, Shroud of Wildfire, does apply a mark of matter. So we've got mark of mind, body, soul, spirit, and matter. Her 5 sigils she applies on enemies. Her 5 marks. So going back to talk about the passive, that one is the Empowered Blade, and it has 2 kind of purposes. It does 2 different things. So like we said, on every ability that you hit on an enemy, 2 things happen. One, they are marked with that sigil effect that you can see above their health bar. And 2, she gains a symbol on her sword. The marks on enemies are temporary. They only last about 30 seconds. The symbols on your sword, they are permanent until, well, we'll get to the ultimate in a second. The marks on enemies are purely for the ultimate. Her passive component is those symbols on her sword, which gives her magical power per level. And then once you get all 5, you actually get a burst of 10 seconds of the empowered buff, doubling her magical power from that buff specifically, not just her entire magical power pool, and also reducing the ultimate cooldown by 10 seconds.
Oh, you scared me then for a second. When double power, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, but it's double power of that buff.
Of that buff, exactly.
It's still free magical power, which is good, and you can have a lot of different ways you can play with this passive. You can try to maintain the power. You can go for this power spikes of connecting all 5 sigils together, and that's just her passive. But it also includes those marks on opponents, which have a connection to the ultimate.
Yeah. So once we get to the ulti, we can talk about that there, and I think we're pretty much at it.
Well, that's good news. I mean, I will say it feels like already like there's some depth to this character overall, you know, to this goddess. There's definitely depth there, but also at a base level, it's very simplistic to understand, which is a good thing too, you know. But then there's extra levels of depth. Well, come on then.
Those
let's move
marks
on.
also display only to Morgan Le Fay, correct?
Oh,
That's right. It's like Circuit Poisons or Baron Hysteria. You only the Morgan Le Fay sees those marks. Enemies will actually see a new tech that the programming team have put in, where it's a single debuff that has stacks instead of littering their debuff bar with 5 different ones. So they will still know if they're being if those marks are on them.
Gotcha. So you'll know, like, if you've got 3 stacks of some of the
Exactly.
passive. Right, okay, that makes sense then. Because you don't want to turn around and go, I think I've got 1, you know? Like, if you know you've got 4 or 5, you can try and stay away or play the fight a little bit differently. All right, then. On to the ultimate. Consuming Power. That makes so much sense for a character called Morgan Le Fay.
Yep, absolutely. So Consuming Power has 2 different moments in it. First is this long-range cone that deals absolutely nothing unless there's an enemy marked in its vicinity. So, for example, if a pawn uses it here on that Odin, they will take 0 damage, hopefully. But then he will, Morgan Le Fay can do 3 swings of Empowered Strikes, and those are always going to be the same projectile damage, just 1, 2, and then 3, or you can cancel it early. During this time, she's CC immune, as you can see, and she also gets Omni movement speed, which we have found to be very useful to help her get out of sticky situations. And
Okay, so she can move freely after casting. So what was the cone for originally, just so I understand that?
Yeah, I know, because I kind of glossed over that. But the cone is, if you have marks on the enemy, which we talked about from the other abilities, well, each one that is consumed during the ultimate will, 1, deal a little bit of tick damage, and also increase the width of the rectangle. So you can see that width is actually, the projectile itself is larger.
Oh, what have you done? Oh, that's so good. That's cool.
So it's a tiny bit of bonus damage, but also it makes her ultimate just easier to hit and just, affect more enemies potentially.
Right, more likely to hit multiple targets. This could be a really big deal.
So she's able to move around a bit with a bit of freedom, able to aim, and then on top of that, with the extra marks there, she'll do a bit more damage and have a wider place to hit the characters that she's aiming for.
And then finally, the last thing as well is that regardless of how many marks she consumes, if she just hits enemies with her ultimate projectile, she also gets a missing health heal depending on how many enemy gods are hit. So a heal depending on god hit, and then subsequent heals for multiple gods hit with reduction.
Gotcha. So it reduces, like, if there's more people or you hit multiple times on the same target. Okay. So a bit of sustain in there too.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit of sustain to keep her going. Using the idea of her stealing power and inflicting pain on others and sustaining herself.
That's really cool. So what's a playstyle going to be? Sorry, go on, AJ.
I was just saying that's the just the small additional bit of healing she has. Like, she doesn't really have any true healing. This is almost like a form of more of lifesteal.
Yeah.
So she does, the only mobility she's got is the movement speeds, and the ultimate is also a little bit of movement speed or is it exactly one?
It's Omni. It's Omni speed, which honestly feels like movement speed.
Yeah, because you're going backwards faster. So she's got essentially just the speed buff and the self peel and a little bit of, this is effectively better lifesteal, right? So no healing, no shielding, which I thought, no dash, no leap. Really interesting way to design a kit, and a lot of unique applications of ranged abilities, which all feel super good to use. So as you were kind of moving into how does she play, she plays as a long range damage character.
She's like an artillery mage, right?
Yeah. Your positioning is going to be very important with this goddess, as is your aim and your target selection, and also just your ability selection. I think Clumsy did a fantastic job with the design in that. Ability 1 and just the function 1 of ability 1 is the fear, which is kind of probably the most applicable in the most scenarios. Oftentimes it's just a good idea to use it. But as you become more adept at the character, the slow deployable does have a longer duration and is able to zone areas for longer and make, cut off people's escape or prevent people from chasing. And the clone is the potential for the most damage, so though you might often be tempted to use the CC as much, the clone can get you more damage. So it's really all about making those decisions and keeping a close eye on your positioning with this character.
Yeah, you said all the great points there. The clone we talked about a lot during the playtest. A lot of people defaulted to fear, which, like you said, is the most logical thing to really do. But if you're hitting someone at the max range and you can't follow up, or your team can't follow up, the decoys help a lot to get just a little bit of extra damage. We have seen those decoys get kills if players don't auto-attack them in time, which they have a pretty low health bar.
Okay, so you can auto-attack them to try and defend yourself a little bit,
Absolutely.
basically. Okay, good to know. I mean, honestly, once upon a time, I would have been very fearful of putting mages in the game without much mobility, but over the time, we've had a lot of gods come out that don't necessarily have, a full-on leap to an extent, or, a disengage, but this, she really looks like she's got good control in these fights and some survivability to her by other means.
Right. Most mages actually don't have a dasher leap, right? It's only a small group of them that do. A lot of them do rely more on this, and I think Morgan Le Fay is just a shining example of the true mage play style in 2021. And she's definitely not helpless. You know, if you she's not a free gank. There are probably other mages that suffer from that still. That, you know, we're always looking into. Double check the patch notes. You might find a little Easter egg about that. But Morgan Le Fay has a lot of ways to defend herself and a lot of ways to influence a fight, and the character just feels great to play. I think honestly, the timings and the effects and audio and animation and art teams, you know, working together with the design team, this is one that just came together really beautifully.
Yeah, and shout out to the design team too. This looks absolutely fabulous. It looks really, really good. Do we want to move on to recolors and masteries now, or is there something more that I need to know?
I think we covered all parts of her kit.
I think we did. I just wanted to make sure, you know,
and I
there's
think the
something we
community's
missed.
Probably happy for that as well. That, you know, we didn't just tack on another 10 abilities.
Right. There's
we don't do that anyway, do we?
No, very distinct comparison to Merlin, which I love. That one ability, it makes a lot of sense to have those differences. I love how we came up with the different schools of magic. You know, we wanted her to contrast Merlin, so we didn't want her to specialize in arcane, fire, or ice, although she does have a little bit of fire, obviously. But the way that Clumsy described all of these different mind, body, matter, spirit, and these are all you know, based in a bit of lore referencing of different types of witchcraft and ancient magic that is drawn from there, and just seeing all of that come together, I think that people who are really into this type of mythology will appreciate those subtle references and details.
Well, I also know a lot of people will appreciate having a look at the recolors too, because these are way more advanced than they used to be too. But here's a look at one of the recolors, and is that pinky purple? I'm not very good with colors, that's why I don't do that. You know, I just say words. It's more of a pinky purple to me.
I think pinky purple is the official, you know, paint swatch name for it. She's also got blonde hair, which is a big change.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice the blonde hair. I just saw the pinky purple. I was mainly looking at the dragon first of all, and the sword too. So, is that a Cyrus? It looks like it's like a Cyrus's chains almost, like just hanging in the front of it.
His medieval skin,
his knight skin. Yeah, that could be a
that's
call
what
out to
that was my first call out I could see potentially. You can see some knights, you know, very upset about things in the background too. And here's a little look at it too. Wow, that looks really good.
Ooh, yeah, very cool. So much detail on her materials, on her cloth, and once you get in game and you can look even more closely at it, and as you turn your camera, just the way things reflect off of her metal and differently off of her cloth, it's a really beautiful goddess from every department.
Always doing amazing work too. And we got the masteries as well, I believe, or is there more recolors? I'm sorry, I was waiting for.
There's another recolor now.
This one, I really enjoy this one. I think her hair, the contrast we're talking about between the dark and the light, but we've got this kind of like bluish white teal hair. I'm a big fan.
And that's more of the knights as well. Like more of the knights bending down to how they need to.
Oh wow, that is such a cool color scheme.
I've been using this one in playtest. This is probably the one I'll be rocking.
I think that's where I'm at too, and no offense to the other two because they're both amazing, but I really do like the look of that one.
I'm still on default. I just love purple too much. It's like one of my favorite colors. Like just all
that's
time.
True.
Well, she looks fantastic in that too, with a little wraparound. Let's have a look at the masteries as well that'll be available. And here's the golden blue that we've been going with for a while now. She fits right in that sort of outfit. And back to the dark hair as well.
It looks good.
You can even see the sigils on her sword here in the card art. Like, well done.
Oh, nice.
How are we getting so many skins done for one character so quick? This is ridiculous. Like, I'm just so surprised by how quickly like we get to put this sort of stuff together.
We're working hard, Hindu man. We've also got a lot of updates.
Well, it's about time, AJ.
Our pipeline and our team, and just like, you know, a whole lot of things happening over here on the dev side.
Oh, and the diamond as well. I actually really like the legwork on that one as well.
The diamond sword looks really cool.
Diamonds, yeah. The outfit, the sword, but contrasting with the darker hair compared to the other skin. Very cool.
I do have a shout out to give to Chad, I believe, with designing the dark magic and making her sound like a battle mage. I know Chad had a lot to do with that, so I just want to give a specific shout out to him as well. Just checking through my notes. And obviously the Ascended Morgan Le Fay Season Pass 2021 is on there. What else have we got to say? Have we kind of covered everything that you think, or am I missing something?
PTS on Friday.
Okay, I wasn't going to say that because I used to always get in trouble if I said that and we didn't have it.
PTS is always on Friday. We always get tons of questions about it. as soon as I say this, someone will still tweet at me, wins PTS. I guarantee it. It's
Well,
probably already
there you
waiting
go.
for me in my notifications, but it's on
Probably.
Friday. You'll get the chance to play the Goddess in the test server then. We broke things up a little bit differently this week, which we were all on board with. So go read the patch notes. You can Pon and I spend a lot of time on writing those out, even though we narrate through them most of the time anyway. But you can see our justification for the changes. There is some interesting changes on that list.
There really is. Yeah.
So we'll talk about more of those in the future, and there's also a couple hints about upcoming stuff even further in the future in the balance notes if you go ahead and read our dev commentary.
The good news is that you can all rage out on social media about any changes you don't like, and then by
Please
Friday
don't
show,
do that.
by Friday
Come on.
show, they'll be able to have form some answers and explain it a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
That's what you
give-
told me originally, AJ. Don't
Yeah,
throw me under the bus like that. You know, that's what you were saying.
Send AJ the things that you like about the patch.
Yeah,
Only
please
tell me the things that you like.
Send us all the
that's-
stuff that you guys like. But Friday, 11 a.m., we'll be doing the patch notes, going over the balance again for those that didn't get to see it or don't have time to read over them, or just don't like reading over them, like to have the opinions told to them almost in that form, as well as all the skin content and extra content coming in. Guys, Mogul looks amazing. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been a pleasure to have you both. And with that, guys, that's the end of our show for the timing. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking things out today. Once again, we really appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing us and to everybody too. It really does mean a lot, and I know we're very quiet about things at the moment. There's reasons for it though. Thank you so much for all your time and joining us today. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you all Friday for the rest of the Patch Note show. Update show. I've never gotten it right. Cut. Let's get out of here. Peach chick.